Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com or your app store.
This is the Rockstar KC
and Mr. Marketology.
Invite everybody to join us at our brand new time for the #1 rated morning show at
10 a.m. in the morning.
Live on the Real 1100 AM and iHeartRadio all over the world.
And that's Monday through Friday.
Woo, woo, woo.
You are tuned into WWE AM 1100.
The following program is paid for by Influencer 365. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of this station, its management, or the Beasley Media Group.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the color.
This is Taco Tuesday.
It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this forever mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall and telling that girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning to call. I want this forever mine, ever mine.
Woo! Yes! And we are back right here on the Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio, taking in all over the world.
All over the globe.
Yes, we are, ATM.
I am finally back.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Somebody told me we didn't have a show yesterday.
We did have a show yesterday.
And then he gonna end the text with #shine.
Oh, he had his moment yesterday.
I had my moment.
They say it was the Jeff show yesterday.
That it was. It was the Jeff and Dr. P show yesterday.
But that's all right.
We brought it home, didn't we, Jeff?
Yep.
I appreciate y'all so much for holding it down. I had a little problem getting out of bed.
That's what we
were
do.
celebrating a little bit too hard for my birthday this year.
Right.
You gotta enjoy life.
It was about time Bobby
Turn
Brown
up
got
if
his
you
shine.
can.
All right, now we back.
Just say he need to get his shine on.
Oh, he got his shine yesterday.
It was about time.
We got a great program for you guys today.
Yes.
Jam-packed, full of fun and knowledge.
Yes.
And Jeff himself is in the house.
I'm in the house. You know, the public spoke. I listened.
You did?
They said, you need your own show with Dr. P.
All right.
They said the light-skinned guy is bringing your show down.
Say the light-skinned
I said, the light-skinned guy is bringing your show down.
Lord have mercy.
The people spoke, and I listened.
Well,
it was like the clouds done opened up.
See, he preaching now.
It came down from heaven.
He preaching now.
It said, Jeff, it's time to go solo.
Oh, well.
I said, I'm taking Dr. P with me.
Hallelujah.
He said, take Dr. P with you.
Thank you, Jesus.
He said, if the man want to sleep in,
well,
if the man want to sleep in, let him sleep.
Jesus.
But don't let him sleep on the people.
Call on him.
He had nerve to tell me that. He's like, it's all right, man. You can take the rest of the week off if you want to. Don't even worry about it. You know?
Hey, it was time, bro.
Go get some rest.
Hey, you should have seen me, though. You should have seen me, man. I was doing everything. I was setting up mics, cameras, vacuuming floors.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
It was crazy yesterday.
Well, I'm so glad y'all here today for me. I appreciate y'all
This
from the
what we
bottom
do.
of my heart.
This what we do.
Lord have mercy. Let's get these announcements out of the way. If you're out in the Douglasville area, I want you to go visit my barber over at Studio 1211. They're located right there at 6405 Fairburn Road. Or you can call and schedule an appointment at 770-485-6772.
Yeah, I need to get my barber's license.
You need to get your barber's license.
Wow.
I'm gonna start cutting heads.
Wow.
No, bro, you too big of a star now. You can't
You
do nothing
right.
like that.
He's trying to be a star. He's trying
You're
to
not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
No, I'm starting my own show. It's called Barbers and Broadcast.
Oh, geez.
We just gonna move
man
on.
right
If you're in the Smyrna area, I want you to go visit Titans Fitness at 1834 South Cobb Industrial Boulevard. World-class training facility. They got fitness programs. They got nutrition and a brand new Vitality Center. You can also visit them online at titans.net.
Check this out. Yesterday, true story, no cap. On the way in, I saw a guy running down the street on North Side with two pillows, one under each arm, and he was running down the street. If that's not an exercise, see what it is you run, you get tired, you lay it down, get back up, and run some more.
You gotta get it in, bro. However you can, you gotta get it in.
But I don't know if he was stealing pillows. He was right near IKEA. I was like, this dude stole 2 pillows. He don't finna move.
See.
For all my parents out there, if you want your kids to get ahead this summer, I want you to call, or no, I want you to go online and visit gmptutoring.com. You can help them with the middle school math mastery program. It'll be going on from June to July. They can do it online or in person. That is gmptutoring.com. They're a great tutoring service. They can help your kids get advanced in math, help them with some of the problems they've been having, as well as help them get some of those.
That part.
Help them get some of those advanced courses for next year.
And to all you kids that thought your summer was a here, you about to go into tutoring.
Yep.
Hey, they work. I promise you, they work, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real. She broke that algebra down to my daughter so quick. Because I was sitting there for about 30, 40 minutes looking at the instructions. I said, hold on, let me go to YouTube. Let me see if I can find how to
Google is your friend. I'll be like, let me just Google it.
I ain't seen this in so long. Because you know, in business, we don't do all them exponentials and graph and all this type of stuff. It is plus, minus, divide, multiply. That's it.
No, mine is easy.
No,
it is 10 digits. That's programmed in my phone. And my CPA is like, I need you to figure this out.
You're
gonna learn today.
I'm the type.
You're gonna learn today.
I'm the type. I pay people to do things I have no burning desire to do.
That's what you do. That's a boss.
You ain't got no choice. I don't blame you.
Especially when it comes out of books.
Hello, somebody.
Because we going to jail.
Hello.
I don't care what happens.
I don't mess.
We are going to jail. So
I don't mess with 3 people: the I, the R, and the S.
Amen.
I tried to do my taxes when I first started in business, for real. Bro, I ended up getting audited behind that man.
Yeah.
I
come
remember
looking for you. You had all the red flags.
Yeah.
I knew one guy
you
that
can't
was
write
like
that off.
No.
I knew one guy that was like 30 years old. And he claimed like a 22-year-old child. I was like, dude, you going straight to jail.
No.
He talking about, I got this social. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. I'm like, all right, do what you do.
You are fake news.
What we got in the marketing minute?
Man, the marketing minute is easy, man. I had so many thoughts I was coming up with, and I was going to do a lot, but it's all about having those secret shoppers. We need to bring those secret shoppers back.
Okay.
Right. So I was at a restaurant this weekend. I won't name the name because the food was good, but the service was terrible. So I sat down. Other people sat down after me. They got served. It was so bad. The waitress came to me and said, "Oh, you haven't ordered yet?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I would have got up and left by now." And I was like, "Oh, you work here, and you would have said it." You need secret shoppers that can really, truly show how your business is doing. Because here's what happens. A person goes in, they get treated wrong. They don't say a word. They get up, and then they get online, and then they blast you.
See?
And you can't take that back. So, get you some secret shoppers to know how your customers are really being treated.
No,
that's my
true.
tip for the day.
Because a lot of times when the boss come in, everybody act right. You know what I'm saying? Because the boss here today. But
Right. Lord bless
it's
him.
like when you had to deal with the real public and this type of stuff, then you start to see what them real attitudes look like. And
Right.
some folks will get just outright nasty with you.
Especially if you got somebody with a cell phone in their hand, they sitting at the table just doing like this.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
In studio with us today.
Yes.
In the house.
Yes.
I done heard a lot about you already.
Yes.
All right.
She used to be family, ma'am. Now she act like she don't know me.
It was that Virginia comment.
You're from Virginia too?
No, but when you put my sister out, it was over.
Thank
I've known her for a year. She never even told me she was from Virginia. I mean, I'm from Virginia. She's from Virginia, but she act like she was from here or something.
Well, let's at least tell the audience her name.
Right. Let's go do that.
I get it. I feel shame. I feel
what you gonna do is be all right.
Welcome into the program, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tamara Johnson.
Yes.
Hello. I want to sing to you. Where is the love? Where is the love?
Stop it. Can you do my intro, dog?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Yes.
Miss Tamara, how you doing today?
I am blessed and divinely favored.
I am so glad we're here with Jeff.
Yeah.
But no, I was talking to Miss Quantavia before you came in, and she was telling me all these just wonderful things about you, about you know, how you built this daycare business through the pandemic and this type of stuff, and was able to grow it to millions of dollars. So tell everybody a little bit about your background in business and what you do.
Well, actually, I'm from Buffalo, New York originally.
All right.
I am Buffalo born and raised.
Okay.
We just because we're talking about Buffalo, we have to definitely probably take a moment of silence, because right now
Yes.
we're still burying some of
sad.
our loved ones that are up there. So we can just take 30 seconds and just
Yes, definitely, without a doubt. Thank you, Jesus.
amen. So originally from Buffalo. So I'm originally definitely more of a hustler, because that's what you do in Buffalo.
Okay.
You hustle. And I've been out in Atlanta for like 20 years, I would say, probably about 20, 21 years.
Okay.
I've been in Atlanta,
Mhm.
and really coming the transition from Buffalo to Atlanta, I was running from Buffalo,
Mhm.
and kind of got situated. I had 2 kids.
Mhm.
The 2 children I had were 3 years apart, 2 different guys. Same regular story.
Okay.
Ended up working, having a back injury, being addicted to pills
Mhm.
and pain pills, and because that was all they were giving me.
Mhm.
Pills. Ended up working for corporate America. They decided that I wasn't injured enough, so they would just pump me with pills, and I did it for like 7 years
Mhm.
Wow.
until I was really functional in a sense. And then one day I just put the pills on the altar, and I haven't taken a pill since. But I ended up having major back surgery
Mhm.
in 2018 from the shoulder to the backside, and still would not take pain pills. So once you get addicted to something and you get released from it,
Mhm.
you just got to let it go. I say all that to say that later on, my mother came and said, she's working volunteering at the church, and she wanted to start a daycare. And I'm like, let me read the rules and see if it's legal.
Mhm.
And literally the rest is history. We started in a basement with 0 children, then 1, then 2, then 19. That's illegal in the house.
Wow. But
And now we have over 200 and something currently through the pandemic. We have 200 and something, but before the pandemic, we were over in our 4s.
Now,
oh my God.
let's go back a little bit, because you said you were struggling with an addiction problem and this type of stuff. You know, because a lot of times when you are starting to have those type of issues and stuff in your life, it drags you down so much, and just everything about you. What was it like to start to overcome that, or how did you overcome that?
I gave before the addiction. I gave birth to what I call my Nunu, my baby, the 14-year-old entrepreneur that we have.
Okay.
And she was about 2 when I realized, okay, now I have a situation, because I've had these car accidents. And she would go to the daycare that was at the church.
Okay.
And I would lay in the pews after I've gotten completely high. I would just lay across the pews and in the altar and just go to sleep there.
Wow.
And then one day I came from work, and I was about to come pick up the baby, and she wasn't there. So I thought the baby was missing.
Mhm.
And so I got everybody at the church looking for the child who never got dropped off.
Mhm.
That's when I realized I have a serious problem.
Wow.
And so we, at that point, turned my life over to Christ. And that's how we ended up putting stuff on the altar.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I also read and looked at your story. Some of the things, like I said earlier, are similar to things that I had gone through as relate. You said you had to leave New York.
Yes.
In regards to you were in a domestic situation.
Yes.
And I can relate to that.
Yeah. And you don't even know I wasn't even with the person anymore, per se. But I had to relocate completely for I guess him to let go. Because I figured if I go far enough, I can be safe at least. And so I didn't use my social security number for till actually 2020.
Wow.
Just keeping myself undercover.
I said, that's what I'm saying. I am a domestic violence survivor. And that's why I can relate to your situation. That's how I ended up coming to Atlanta.
I like that's funny. Yes,
because of the fact I wanted to provide a better environment for myself and for my son, because this individual, he was just even when I got to Atlanta,
it was a problem.
He was still harassing me. To the fact I had to get restraining orders and things. So I commend you for taking that challenge and moving forward. The things we do as moms to
The
survive for
sacrifice.
ourselves
Yes.
and our children. And I commend you for that.
Thank
and
you,
that
you
was
as well.
right, because that was very, gravitating to me when I read your story. I said, her story is so similar to mine.
I think my story represents a lot of us who don't talk about our stories.
And the fact that the book that I am doing is Victory Beyond Your Pain.
Wow.
Finding victory beyond your pain and the obstacles that you had to go through as a parent. And my thing is, it was not about, and pretty much as yourself, it wasn't about, for my case, wasn't about me.
No.
It was about protection of my son.
I left a mortgage, car note,
Girl,
another car, the picket fence, the pool in the backyard,
left
the
all of
cul-de-sac. I left. I ran.
Yep.
And I left a grill and I had to give it to my best friend because it couldn't fit on the U-Haul.
Yeah, so
that's how serious it was. I left the grill.
Let's
You
see
know, in
emphasize
Buffalo,
on the
you
grill.
get you a
You
grill
grill,
now.
right.
You grill winter, spring, summer, fall because there's really only 2 seasons.
Right.
So the grill is serious.
Well, I think, that's phenomenal. That's all I can say. I want to share it because her stories are so similar to mine, and that's why I consider her a boss.
No,
boss to me is symbolized someone who is bold, who's optimistic, who's most of all succeeding and moving forward and being successful. And I see that's what you did because I consider you a boss lady.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. I'm just mom to some and Miss Tamara to others.
Now moving forward a little bit, you said you started the daycare, right?
My mother's vision.
Okay.
I just made sure that we knew what we were kind of doing, because when you start a business, and especially in a brand new field, you don't know the ups and downs or anything, and no one's really eager to tell you.
Oh yeah.
You could do a lot. You can do all the research you want, but you'll hear somebody say, "Well, I did this," but they'll never really explain. Or you got to pay all this money to get data, and it doesn't matter because the demographics are different, the location is different, like everything's different. But they won't actually give you, oh, I had a grant for that. Well, how'd you get the grant? Yeah. It was during that season.
I just prayed and
I woke up. Jesus sent it. They don't want to tell information.
Right. It's a crap effect.
So I was on it reading everything. And my mother just wanted the kids. So I tell everybody, like, our dynamics of our business is BB&T, like the bank. So my mother is the babies, I'm the banker, and then my husband is technical. So everybody stays in their lane and we work together. And my husband, who has always worked, I needed his 401k plan. And so I'm like, I'm gonna need you to quit your job at corporate America so I can get that money so I can expand. And this is a man who has been working since he was probably 5.
Wow.
And he was like, well, what am I going to do for work? I'm like, I'm sure there's something you can do. Just give me an opportunity. I had to drive him to his place of employment to drop the truck off. And I was okay with that. And it was like $24,000.
Wow.
Another time in business, I've never written a business plan. I don't know how to say I don't know how. I just never did. I've never written anything traditional when it comes to business. We are faith-based and we do things by the Spirit. But so I never wrote anything down. But one time I told my mom, I said, Mom, I had a dream. I said, this girl gonna walk into the house because we had a split level. I said, she's gonna have this big book. She's gonna go downstairs to you, and then she's gonna come back upstairs to me. Send her my way so I can get money because she's gonna bring a checkbook. I got my first investor off of that dream. And she cut me a check for $20,000 and didn't know my name.
Wow.
Look at
And all I did was get on there and say, listen, I know, and start acting like Medea. You know how Medea start hitting the calculator. I'm like, if I can just get this amount of kids at this time. And that's how I got my first investor. And I not only gave her back what she gave me ×2, I gave her a $10,000 bonus. And I did it in less than 12 months.
Wow.
Look at God.
Now, going back to what you said, getting started in businesses, a lot of times people don't really understand these industries until you actually in them.
Yes.
Like you hear all this stuff on the outside, but until you actually working inside of a daycare, because I've worked with several in my career, so I know.
Somewhere.
Like the bright from the start.
Exactly. Good job.
I used to work there too.
No, he did a good job. He talked about the legal part right from the start. Right.
No,
he
I
knows
know what I'm talking about.
He does know
that part.
He's still trying to take over the
It's
radio
a reason
station.
why they call me rock star, bro. But it's all right. It's all right.
Last week he was working at the bank. Then he was working at the hospital. Then
He's a multifaceted. He's a multifaceted talented
He was
individual.
driving trucks last
And
month.
I got references for everything too. I can give you some phone. I'm gonna give you a list of references.
When we talk to
So
Elon
you
Musk,
like,
I do not want
wow,
to hear you was in
KC is
space.
so
I used to be an
experienced.
astronaut. I used to work at NASA.
We just came down yesterday. But back to what we were saying. A lot of those little things, because when folks get into daycare, you know, they got this idea, oh, I want to teach these kids, I want to take care of these kids, but they don't think about a lot of the technical stuff that you kind of walk into. What are some of those technical things that kind of grabbed you by surprise that you weren't ready for?
Well, I've always had kids, so I've always babysat. So I've always had kids, and I just didn't get paid for them. Getting out of the mindset that that's what you're going to be doing at a childcare center is very, very major. So we'll get people that come in and they'll say, you know, I want to work here, and I babysat for the last 5 years, or I was a nanny. Okay, that's not the same. Okay, and first of all, number one, you have to have passion because you don't get paid a lot of money.
That's true.
So if you don't have passion, you're never gonna make it. Number two, before the pandemic, we did something called the flip, and I'm a neat freak. So some type of OCD issues that I've always had. Pandemic only made me buy more bleach. It didn't do anything else different. So don't come to Miss Pam Precious Angels and think that you are not going to clean. You are going to clean 3 times a day. Minimal. And there's always going to be yuck buckets. People don't understand the dynamics of the state. Like I come into a room violating it. My daughter always says, because she's my regional director, she says, Mom, just please don't talk to the teachers. And I really don't say anything, but my presence is enough because I just do. And when you can flip, do a diaper change, come in and follow all the rules, it could be intimidating. So I try not to show up at the daycare as often. And now I'm gearing it more to speak to just my leadership team, because if I'm needed, I'll come in, and I don't go to the front office. I go straight to a classroom because I know the front office is going to handle itself because I know the state rules. But it's the children that need to be touched and hugged and loved on and stuff. So a lot of times is that one of the things that Bright from the Start does, it says, you know, they get breakfast, lunch, and snack, or snack, and lunch or something, just 3 meals. Well, my mother has always instilled, we do 6 meals a day.
Okay.
So because most children are acting out because they're hungry.
Yes, sometimes.
You know, you don't know what they're going to eat. And they're with us at least 10 hours a day.
Right.
Okay.
So we feed them all day. If I hear them, feed them. Most of the classrooms has extra refrigerators with locks on them, of course, so that they can keep serving the kids.
I love where you're going with that. And I like how you say you don't, you know, the leadership's going to take care of itself. You go straight to the classroom and you make sure that the kids have snacks. We need snacks. Get that, Casey.
Then you need to go to the store, Joe.
I thought you were the boss. I thought you were taking over the show. That's your job.
I am taking over the show.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm bringing snacks.
But no,
snacks, Joe.
But it's good to hear her say that, and that's encouraging as a parent to know their child will not ever go hungry for whatever means necessary, and you believe in taking care of the child.
Yeah,
and that's comforting for a parent who's dropping a child off and entrusting you. So.
Yeah.
Again, I salute you, my sister.
And it's so true that a lot of these children, you know, they're hungry. They come from situations where they may be hungry. And, you know, a lot of teachers, I remember in school, they would say, well, this kid isn't doing well in school. But if the kid is having, you know, they have eaten last night,
right?
They're not worrying about what you're teaching.
They're hungry.
All you have to do is ask them. Actually, they actually talk.
Yeah.
And people be surprised how often they talk, even when they are nonverbal.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you just ask the question, they'll give you an answer. They just don't know how to verbalize it or say it.
Yeah.
You can give me to an infant class, said the cry means something.
Right.
So that's not a I'm sleepy cry. I'm hungry. That's I'm hungry, or I'm wet.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio, taking in all over the world.
I'm hungry right now. Matter of fact, bring some snacks.
Shout out to Integrity, David Bond, Chris 99, Blessed. I don't think I can say that on air. Jeez, Angel, Oscar, Benz the Troll.
You hungry, Dr. P?
Thank y'all so much for joining us right there on social media. We'll be back right after this.
Dr. P's hungry too.
At Align for Life, We work with attorneys across the entire metro area. We are a portal of entry provider, meaning we can ensure your client is triaged accordingly and coordinate all aspects of your client's chiropractic and medical care from start to finish, including referrals to medical doctors, specialists, and imaging. This is Dr. Fowler. Your injury clients deserve the best: transportation, extended hours, and compliance monitoring. We understand your needs. Refer your injury and accident victims right now by calling us at 404-383-1110 or visit us at yourfinespine.com.
Transportation is provided via Uber, and we are open late so your clients can come in after work.
Auto accidents, wellness care, slip and fall. We take care of it all.
Are you ready to upgrade your business? It's time to get your mind on your marketing. Right now, the Rockstar Branding and Mr. Marketology are teaming up to help a few businesses out there.
And we are going to give you the plan to success.
Is your business slow? Are you looking to grow? Are you trying to make more profits? We want you to go to
mindonmymarketing.com.
That's right. mindonmymarketing.com.
Put in your name and your phone number, and we will schedule a 15-minute assessment of your business and give you the plan to success.
Go to mindonmymarketing.com.
Tune your radio.
Tune in. Now. You can tune into this radio station on any smartphone or tablet. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Windows phones, or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store. Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy from over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com or your app store.
Hey, peace, family. It's Jay Morrison, and I'm rocking with the #1 rated business show.
It's that time for The Grease with Ron Anthony. Let's get right to it. Hey, this is Ron Anthony, and I am so glad to be here with you, the #1 rated business show. Man, I got something for you. Okay, it's time out. It's time out for all the craziness, the foolishness, all the things that's been going on in this world, in your life. It's time out. I want you to stop right now and say, time out. It is time out for foolishness, mess, talking about stuff, doing this. It's time in to get inside of you and do what you need to do for yourself. Because if you can't help yourself and you can't love yourself within, you're not going to be able to love or help anybody else on the outside. You may think you helping them, but as soon as you go and help them, believe me, they're going to talk about you because you're going from the outside. You have to start on the inside. It's inside out. Because first of all, they will come to you if your light is shining on the inside. If it's not shining on the inside, then you won't be able to help them or yourself. So whatever you're doing, just stop, say time out. You know what? Anytime there's something that's going on, I want you to remember this. Time out. You need to stop and go to time out. Because what I mean by that, time out for what's going on. Time out for all the things that's going on in your life. When you're overwhelmed and you're stressed out, you got to do this, you got to do that. You can't do this because you don't have enough to do this. Then you got to go help somebody and you're trying to help them. And then they're not helping you help them. So you just got to say time out. And that time out is for you to sit back and relax. Get yourself together. Because all of that going and moving and shaking and jumping and jiving, that's going to lead you straight to stress. Stress will lead to cancer. Stress will lead to heart attack. Stress will lead you out of whatever you in a marriage, or it'll lead you to cheat. It'll lead, there's so much stuff, because then you start thinking about, well, this ain't happening in my relationship, so I'm gonna go do this or something. You know, all that stuff, just time out. That's it. That's all you got to do. And you need to go back to where you came from. You need to go back to the basics. Go back home. Go back and listen to God. And let me tell you who God is. This is God. Now, did you hear anything? And you will hear something if you're quiet. Because when you're quiet, that's when the power of God in you speaks. with all that noise going on, and you're trying to get to work, you're trying to get your business right. Let me tell you, you got to stop at the light, then you listen to the radio, then you're on the phone, then you're thinking about something going on that you need to fix. And then all these things going on at one time. That's multi-stressing. You're multi-stressing. How about that? So we got to get away from that, get back in, get in tune. Okay, get in tune to you. In tune to you. Stop tuning in on everybody else stuff and be in tune to yourself, because that's where it starts, in you. This is Ron Anthony. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is Real Issues. I'm giving you the grease. Back to the #1 rated business show. Until next time.
Caroline, all the guys would say she's mighty fine. Mighty fine. But
We are back right on the #1 rated business show, Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio, taking in all over the world. The Rockstar KC
and Mr. Market Dollar
and Dr. P.
Even though we are back,
Jesus.
We need to bring back the funk, man.
Oh,
no, we do not.
That's what we don't do.
Funk. I keep telling you, stop listening to all this trap ratchet. Bring back the funk.
Dr. P,
bring back
is
Bootsy.
that something that you had from Miss Tamara?
Yes. Let's talk about that.
I am I'm so excited for you, my sister, coming in, taking an opportunity to be on the KC Pride Show and
it is not the KC Pride Show.
As well as Real Talk with Dr. P. But I was looking over your bio again. I say I'm very, very impressed with
Thank you.
And I see you're getting ready to possibly start writing a book, or are you in the process of getting this book published and out?
I am writing currently because everyone always wants to know, always asks the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big stickler of the word empowerment is different for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to use the word empowerment personally,
Mm-hmm.
but I do maybe more train, coach, develop, because I just think when we have all these different seminars and you're paying to show up and then you walk away with my book, you could have just ordered it online and read it or whatever, because a lot of times it doesn't really give you all of that. I don't want to give somebody, I don't want anybody to pay for my walk. I want to make sure in the book that I'm writing ways for them to actually step-by-step guide.
Right.
To get where I'm going. Like they said, well, I want you to mentor me. I wanted, I told them I haven't failed enough. So as I'm writing through this journey in my mind, I'm failing, then I'm, but I don't quit. So that's, and my god sister says, well, maybe you're looking to be on this level, but I just want you to help me down on this level first. And I didn't think about it like that. So I'm treating the book as in levels. It's like part A, part B, part C, because I think that'll work out better where I'm not giving you 100 things to do and you have no clue. I really want to help. And people say, well, you keep giving it away for free. And we're still a ministry.
Yeah, it is.
It's a ministry.
It's a ministry. And that's pretty much, and again, I'm saying the same scales of where I'm getting ready to do finishing up on my book is that, well, because I wanted to start from the beginning.
Yes.
And move up to all the things that I went to, because again, I say it's victory beyond your pain.
Correct.
Especially the things that I've gone through. And I'll hopefully one day I'll get a chance to tell my story on the show, however. But the thing is, you need to find victory in the things that you're going through. And in my case,
good, bad, or indifferent.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
I want to be able to help those too who might have gone or going through some of the things that I know I have gone through, to help them. No matter what you're going through, you definitely got to continue to move forward.
Yeah. And a lot of people think they see now, because social media is social media.
Yeah.
Everybody's skinny. Everybody's built like brick houses and stuff like that. And it's a lot of colorization going on right now.
Everybody's trying to get snatched and all of this stuff. So
my nice, whatever the Lord gave me is all I'm getting. And for now, I might change my mind when I get some real money.
Sexy and like, all right.
Yeah. But I think that's where it is. You just gotta tell the story.
Yes.
Speaking of telling the story, we got a call on the line. He is running for Attorney General.
Okay.
Mr. Christian Wise Smith. Christian, you there with us?
Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes.
How you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. I just cast my ballot. I hope everybody listening, if you haven't voted yet, you still have the chance to before 7 p.m. tonight.
All right.
Please vote Kristen Wilde-Smith for Attorney General. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That's all you came to do?
No. I didn't want to just start talking. I didn't want to be rude. So
no, man. Just real briefly. You said you're running for Attorney General. What does the Attorney General? What are some of the responsibilities of the office, just so the audience could kind of understand?
So I like to say that it's a two-dimensional job. The Attorney General is the top law enforcement officer for the state. So you handle matters in the criminal arena and criminal prosecution. You work with all of the DAs and police agencies across the state. Then there's also the civil side of things. The Attorney General can file lawsuits on behalf of all the citizens of Georgia.
Okay.
The Attorney General also represents all of the state agencies, works with the governor, does all of the contracts for business with the state of Georgia. Okay. So it's a big job, criminal and civil.
Oh, wow.
Impressive.
Now, this is you're running for the Attorney General spot. What are some of the things in your background, or what is kind of your background or your route to this office?
So this race is very personal to me, and I think that I may be one of only few candidates who can say that they're running for very personal reasons. It involves the criminal justice system, and I grew up in the system. I grew up seeing my mom get arrested several times.
Okay.
I was with my grandmother once when I was 7, saw the police arrest her and strip her down in her underwear in front of me. One of my uncles is serving a life sentence for murder. Trauma after trauma, encounters with police and the justice system, that was my childhood, and things got so bad. My mom lost custody of me at one point. I got kicked out of school. I was selling stolen clothes out of the trunk of my car and sleeping on friends' floors. And wow. I was one of those kids that heard dead or in jail before 21. And I thought that was what I was destined for. But fortunately, I became the first in my family to graduate from college. And then I got a master's degree before getting a law degree. My first job out of law school was working in Atlanta City Council. I was chief of staff on one of the council members, and I've written legislation that's still on the books and stands for the city of Atlanta. And oddly enough, after that, with my background, I became a prosecutor for 7 years.
Wow. Okay.
And so understanding, some things that are really wrong and broken with the system, and knowing how we can change some things about it to make us all safer, that's why I'm running. I could say that I'll be the first Attorney General that Georgia's ever had who served as a prosecutor first.
Wow.
Every Attorney General we've had, including the only Black Attorney General we've had, I'd be the second. Thurber Baker was the first. Mm-hmm. They were all civil lawyers. So, like I said, I've been a prosecutor for 7 years, and I've also done civil work as well. So having somebody who understands the criminal justice system and how it works is what we really need to make sure we're driving crime down and keeping us all safe the way, we want to be for ourselves and for our kids.
We got a comment coming in from Facebook. They say they really respect Mr. Wyatt Smith's story and how he helps the community.
All right.
Now,
thank you.
Now, I got some tickets that I need to talk to you about. Can you help me with that? I'm just
going 85 and a 25, and he's trying to get off.
I was in hurt,
Ooh.
But
85 and a 25, they didn't arrest you?
I see right now, you might be the right man for the job, but you ain't the right man for me. I'm gonna need you to have some mercy on me. Now, what are some of the things in this role you're looking to do or looking to change?
So the biggest thing is really reforming our criminal justice system in a significant way that we've never seen before. And I'll tell a quick story first of how I know we can do it and how I know it'll work. My first year as a prosecutor in 2013, I get a 17-year-old kid arrested for drugs. Having a conversation with him and his mom, what do you want to do? He wants to play in the NFL. And I tell him, if you get convicted of this drug charge, you won't get money for college. If you're in college and you get convicted of it, they take your federal money away. Create a diversion program for the kid. He finishes it. I throw his case out. The following year, his mom emails me and says, hey, thank you for giving my son an opportunity. He's at a junior college in Oklahoma, doing great in the classroom, great on the football field.
Wow.
In 2015, she called and said, hey, he transferred to the University of Tennessee. Thank you for giving my son a chance. 2016, she said, man, you got to come to a game. You got to come and experience this with us. You're a big reason as to why he has this opportunity. My kids and I went to a game his senior year. We went to 3 games in 3 states. But most significantly, I went to his college graduation up in Knoxville, saw him get a bachelor's degree in communications. His name is Justin Martin, and he's like family to me now. And I tell that story for 2 reasons. One, my immediate supervisor at the time told me that as prosecutors, we are not social services. We're not counselors. Our job is to get convictions and get money. I said, are you kidding me? That's not what the definition of justice is. Our job is to make sure that we're putting people back on the right track, that we're keeping people safe, and we don't want to see people coming back into contact with the system. So that's what's wrong with the system, is the mentality that the folks have. That's what played into the war on drugs era, and that's what plays into mass incarceration and the destruction of Black and brown communities and over policing. But then what's right with it is what I did is you give somebody like that a non-violent, low-level offense, give them the opportunity to get an education, to get a job, to get job training, to get treatment, then they can go on and live better, productive lives. And this is the #1 business show, so let me tie it into business for you. If we are driving crime rates down and giving people opportunities to get jobs, that's driving employment rates up. If crime rates go down, that means, think about it, if you have a business and there's no crime outside of your business, that's more value to your business. If you're a homeowner, business owner, your property values also go up. When we start to get property values up, employment rates up, crime rates down, school system ratings go up. So it puts money in your pocket too by keeping us all safer. It ties into the economy that way. But like I mentioned earlier, if you have an attorney general in that spot who doesn't understand that, who doesn't know how crime impacts us all just beyond our safety, how it impacts our pockets, then we'll continue to get the same things we've always gotten. But if you're bold, if you take a chance and put an attorney general like me in there, somebody that we've never had before, we'll start to see better results across the board in terms of safety and our economy.
Now, one thing I want to go back to, because I think this is one thing that a lot of times happens, especially in young kids, that a lot of folks don't pay a lot of attention to, because you end up in trouble. And then you more concerned about not going to jail, not going to prison, and this type of thing. But you're not thinking about what your record actually looks like. And now you got this paper trail on you that's stopping you from being able to get different type of jobs in government and this type of stuff. And now you can't be in these powerful positions no more, because you done damaged yourself, even though you might have got off with probation, but your record's still showing felonies. What is something that can be done about that? Because I think too many times, everybody make mistakes, and I love what you did for that kid, but I think more of that needs to be done. Because too many times, like you say, y'all worried about trying to get a big time conviction. Let me hit you with this 1st degree felony when you could have gave that kid a misdemeanor or a second chance.
No, great question. And so tying into the bigger picture of your last question of my plans, and when I mentioned reforming the criminal justice system, I want to say this. So as Attorney General, I don't have the power to write laws or change laws, but I do have the power to be a big advocate. And I have the power to work with the state reps and the state senators who do write the laws. So one of the things that I'm really going to push for is for all marijuana convictions that have happened in Georgia history, that we wipe those out. Because you're right, there's so many people with marijuana convictions on their record who can't get jobs, they can't get loans for school or apartment loans or car loans or anything. And so that's for some folks, that's the only conviction on their record. But you're starting to see marijuana be legalized in several other states. We've seen governors from several other states issue pardons for prior marijuana convictions. So I'm going to be a big time advocate and really trying to help see those folks who have those on their records get them off. And then in terms of, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say in terms of other nonviolent offenses, again, just being an advocate on how we can get those folks in job training programs and job placement, make sure we can get those folks housing, make sure we can do everything that we can so that we don't see them feel like the only option that they have is to resort to more crimes to survive. But I think that the low-hanging fruit, I think the easiest place to start, just because of what's happening across the country and where we are in terms of how we feel about marijuana now in our country, I think starting with that in Georgia will be great. I think we'll be the first southern state to do it, and I think we'll start to see other southern states follow our lead.
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of folks say that's the big problem with legalizing it. They don't want to let all these folks out of jail that's locked up on convictions of marijuana. And then all the money they're going to lose behind all the fines and all that other type of stuff. But it's like the money that these other states is gaining on legalizing it.
Yes.
The taxes.
Exactly.
Colorado making billions of dollars in taxes.
Exactly.
Cannabis.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. People are getting
Yeah, it's
sick.
amazing because I
It's
spoke at
amazing.
a conference, a cannabis conference last weekend for last, and it's amazing how they make it such an entrepreneurial.
Oh, yeah.
If it's this guy he's selling and I'm like, he's selling weed. I mean, you know, he's such an entrepreneur. He's such an entrepreneur. He's a visionary. No, he's just selling
But
weed.
they want to put a nice word to it. Cannabis.
Yeah.
They ain't tell my homeboy he was a visionary.
Exactly. But the one thing I did want to touch on that's very important, that about your story, you've seen both sides of that coin. And I think perspective means a lot. A lot of people can't really look at a certain situation because in their current environment, they can't relate. And you're relatable because you've seen, family members be in a position where the police treated them a certain way. You've seen other situations where policing was necessary and people needed to be brought to justice. So being relatable is very important when you're dealing with somebody, because if you have somebody in office and they come from a neighborhood where they don't see crime, they don't see police brutality, they don't see black and brown people at all. I mean, they come from
That's right. They can't comprehend.
So then they're like, well, these laws make sense to me because if they didn't do what they were doing, they wouldn't have gotten in trouble.
Right.
And it's like, wait a minute, that's
not it.
yeah.
It's not
So
even
I think
reality.
that's very important. Finding somebody that can relate because they've seen some things.
Right.
Yes, sir. No, thank you. And that's what it's all about. I think we're in the space now where we are tired of cookie cutter politicians. I mean, we're tired of electing these same folks. Most of them middle-aged to older white folks who, like you said, they aren't relatable. They don't know what it's like to be in neighborhoods like we come from. But the flip side of that is I can come from somewhere, it's like a Bankhead or it's like a, East Atlanta or whatever neighborhood you want to say. And I can be comfortable in spaces like that, but I can also be comfortable in spaces with billionaires and millionaires and buckheads. So having that relatability and that versatility and knowing how to, be myself and no matter what environment I'm in, I think that's important. I think we need to start seeing more leaders like that, more leaders who can be across the board, who can build bridges instead of building walls and who only want to stay comfortable in your little environment. That's not going to bring us forward. If we want to go forward, if we want to see progress and change, we got to vote that way. We got to vote for what's different, and we want different. And so I know what I'm asking of voters across Georgia is unique, and I know it's bold and it's different. And, I will be a lot of firsts. I'm 39. I'll be the youngest attorney general we've had. I'll be the first progressive AG we've had. I'll be the second black. I'll be only the 12th black AG in U.S. history. And like I said, I'll be the first prosecutor to serve as AG and the first person who knows the system from both sides, from growing up in it and working in it. So we got a chance, y'all. Let's do it. Go to the polls. Vote Christian Wise Smith. Let's change this thing.
Yes.
All right, brother. We wishing y'all the best of luck, man. We hoping you get in there. If y'all want to help him become the first or the youngest attorney general for the state of Georgia, how can they help you out, Christian, between now and 7 o'clock?
Between now and 7 o'clock, look up where you are registered to vote. Go to your polling location, cast your ballot, Christian Wise Smith for Attorney General. You can look at all my stuff on IG at Christian Wise Smith. The website is wisesmith4ga.com if you want to see my entire platform. But go to the polls. Tell a friend, tell your mom, your cousins, your neighbors, your brothers, everybody. Go vote today before 7 o'clock, and let's make history, y'all. I appreciate the opportunity to come on here and speak, and thank y'all for what y'all do every day, being the #1 business show, educating our folks on this subject. I appreciate it. Much love.
You're welcome, sir. This is the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dr. Williams with Align for Life Wellness. I want to invite you to our new office at 1800 Jonesboro Road in Atlanta. Come in for a consultation, examination, therapy, and x-ray, all for just $100.
What?
Yes, $100. This offer expires soon, so call us to schedule at 404-383-1110 or find us on the web at www.yourfinespine.com.
If you want to be fine, take care of your spine.
We're open late.
And now an important message from Steve Harvey.
This pandemic isn't over yet. We got the vaccines. I got mine. You might have yours. But listen to this. Don't think just because you got the vaccine that you can just go crazy. Follow the current safety guidelines. I know the mask is hot, but you know what's hotter than these masks? Staying healthy. That's pretty fly if you ask me. Let's unite to prevent.
For more information, visit unitetoprevent.org.
Mr. Rockstar KC and Mr. Marketology invite everybody to join us at our brand new time for the #1 rated morning show at 10 a.m. in the morning. Live on the Real 1100 a.m. and iHeartRadio all over the world. And that's Monday through Friday. Woo!
This is Abdul Chestnut of AEMG TV and XOD Network. I'm here getting it in with my man KC Pride, the host of the #1 rated business show.
I can run it back, nigga, cause I'm straight with the rock. If you feeling like a pimp, then go brush your shoulders off. Ladies is pimps too, go brush your shoulders off. Singing this crazy, baby, don't forget that boy told you.
Get that.
Turn up your shoulder, you gotta
Get Jeff off your show. Oh, my bad. Hey. We're back right here on the #1 rated business show. Real 1100 a.m. iHeartRadio. Continuing the conversation with our good friend Tamara. Just finishing up with you. #1, how can people support you in everything that you got going on?
And bring their keys to you.
Oh, first of all, on IG, I am Tamara, TAMARRAPR, because I used to do PR.
All right.
But I prefer to deal with children. I prefer to deal with children for the adults.
Mm-hmm.
So Tamara PR on Instagram, Tamara, TAMARRA, Lewis Johnson on Facebook. Our business is MPPA Family Child Care Center or Miss Pam's Precious Angels .org. You can find us online everywhere. We're pretty much built our business word of mouth, so I didn't have to do a lot of all of this fancy social media stuff. And we're around. We're in Conyers and in Jonesboro.
I love it.
And get ready for Checkmate. That's the restaurant coming soon.
Oh, Checkmate. What's that about?
Checkmate is my baby. Checkmate is my heart that we're building from the ground up in Morrow by South Lake. Right there, it'll be right there by the mall.
Okay.
Directly behind, right where you see Olive Garden.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So Checkmate is going to be almost 6,000 square feet of fine dining.
Wow.
We
Wine.
definitely got to make sure we come there.
I'll make sure you have the invite to the grand opening.
Okay. You come back. We'll have you back on the show. You come tell us all about it.
Yeah, we might even do this remote.
Yeah, we have. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have live music, live band. We're into karaoke. My whole family's a singing group.
All right. I like music karaoke.
Yeah, you'll love it. We already heard you.
Thank you.
We heard
Thank
you already.
Thank you.
But we have a lot of businesses being birthed right now between logistics. My daughter, 14, has a vending machine business with 4 vending machines. She's been running for since 13.
What is that like, just having a full family of entrepreneurs and just this whole family structure of business and this type of stuff? Like, what is that like managing day to day?
It actually managing them, because a lot of them are my children. So even when they step out and do something, like my daughter has a makeup line called House of Layla, which is House of the Chosen One.
Okay.
And it's more encouraging to keep going. Like, okay, something didn't come out right, keep pushing. So that's the biggest thing. And then the 14-year-old, because we are the driver for her, making sure that she understands the responsibility of making sure she puts it on the calendar for me. I need to fill up my vending machines. I need to go to the bank. I need to make deposits. Although she can't actually do the banking herself because she's, 14, but her name is on the Secretary of State. And we're just her guardians or overseer of the bank account until she's of age.
Okay.
And she's money savvy. So she understands. She wanted to get her hair done. She's like, can I please pay myself so I can get my hair done early? So she paid herself early. I said, okay. So she asked.
I love it.
Yeah, she wanted to get her check early so she can get her hair done for her event.
Now, what is like the relationship between you and your husband? Because you said he was a part of the daycare and everything with you like that, y'all. Y'all be all at work cussing each other out, don't?
No,
we can't take the garbage out.
No, we're actually a very well blended family. I always call it the Wendy's 4 for 4 pack. So
All right.
actually today is one of my anniversaries.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yesterday was officially 13 years. We got married in 2009, the first time.
Okay.
Then we got married on today, 2014, the second time. And then we got married again on 5/25, 2019. So every 5 years we get married.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say it just keeps on working out. Y'all get it back well.
Every 5 years we just start all over, the whole theme and everything. So we're getting ready to get married again in 2024.
All right.
So that'll be our 4th time going down the aisle. But we have a very well blended family. So I have one by one by another one. His by his first marriage, and then ours together.
Wow. Okay.
And if I wouldn't have said it, you wouldn't have known who belongs to who.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's your anniversary.
all the time. So I got 3 days. And I want all my gifts.
Thank you. Today is the day. It's your special day. It's your anniversary. I'll be at the karaoke. I'll be there.
I can't wait.
Once again, if anybody wants to support any of your businesses, or if they want to follow you on social media, how can people do that?
Go to Instagram, Tamara, TAMARAPR on Instagram, or Tamara Lewis Johnson. I'm there too on Instagram as well. Everybody probably just follows my children more than me, but they're a little bit more savvy and all this stuff, but it doesn't matter. But Miss Pam Precious Angels Family Child Care Center, one in Jonesboro and one in Conyers, our primary babies that we're housing right now. And then Checkmate's coming soon.
It happens to Casey too. People follow his daughter much more than they follow him.
Anyway, you have such an inspiring story. If you just got just 3 tips for entrepreneurs out there listening,
please leave them with us.
Just anything you want to provide them.
Tip number 1, write the vision, make it plain.
Love it.
Okay.
That's number 1. Number 2, fail often. Quit never.
Yes.
And 3, if you do not have multiple streams of income, which I think I'm at probably about 7 right now. If you do not have multiple streams of income, you cannot expect to become a billionaire because $1 million is not enough.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to figure out what you're going to do with your hours in a day.
Okay.
So you work for somebody for 8 hours. You have 16 more hours to go. Figure it out.
Wow.
And for the people who I know that follow me as well, what can you leave with us to maybe women who might be have gone through some of the things that how to encourage them to don't give up?
I think having my husband, my children, they're my core, my mother. They call her Pushing P, but she's the matriarch, but she's life. She's life. So having that core nucleus of because they're watching you, they don't want to see you fail. You don't need a bunch of people. Stay away from somebody that's going to agree with you at all times because you're wrong.
Right.
A lot of the time. Stay away from people that want to do what you do, but not put forth the effort that you put forth to have it done.
Okay.
Like if you say I want to stop drinking liquor, then one day you eventually just stop. You have to just slow down.
Right.
But then don't come as I'm trying to stop drinking liquor. You want to take me to the bar.
Right.
Kevin.
Right. So know who you are around. Know that somebody's always. I tell my daughter, and this is what I live by. I tell her when she's going out with her friends, I say it's 4 of y'all going out. Have fun. Be safe. Don't separate yourself. Go to the bathroom together. Keep your glasses covered. Then I talk to my daughter and say, and one of your friends don't like you. And you have a blessed day. And y'all be safe and bring my child back.
All right. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's deep.
There's been another episode of Number One Rated Business.
That's deep.
Oh my God.
Right here on the Real 1100 AM.
I know there's a Judas in the room.
Over the world.
Yes.
I'm looking at Judas right now.
Thank you so much.
You might want to turn your eyes on. You can follow me on Instagram, but I am Casey Pride.
And you can follow me at MrMarketology.com. That has all my socials.
And you can follow me at Real Talk Dr. P. And thank you so much, Tamara, being on Real Talk with Dr. P today and the KC Pride Number One Business Radio.
It's not KC Pride show. It is all our show.
Cut his mic.
100%. Every time I re-up, they got advance at least 20 M. I been getting richer and richer my whole career. Took the dope money when I recorded a mixtape. This rappers way out, sitting on a bell, on a big cake. Ain't even got a couch. To Australia, I'm familiar, spent $2 million on the jet. In that dually, doing the dash.